You're listening to the voice of Catfish Flipper. Welcome to the swamp. With me in studio, the legend himself, Catfish Rob. Catfish, you there?
Oh, yeah, brother, I'm here.
Nice. I know you're in the one and only Catfish Tim Studios. All the catfishes are in the house. Welcome to the show.
Yep, I'm right here.
Awesome. Now, a lot going on here in the swamp, and Catfish, like I said, there's so much trash talk. We got to break it up and give all these angles their fair due. And I think the one that I want to start with is this little whippersnapper, Pipsqueak.
Okay.
Because last cycle, it looks like he was. It looked like he was, pretty much dragged around the entire arena by, each and everybody. I mean, he's pissed. He managed to piss off. It seemed like the whole locker.
That's right, the whole locker room.
He sure got the mess out of him.
And
DOD especially.
Oh yeah, I mean, we saw through the social media interactions how Pipsqueak and Ellie, and well, it started with Ellie Mae. Do you remember that? How Ellie Mae kind of pretended to fall, then.
Yes, I remember. She got catfished on.
Yeah, so I mean, she started it, and then now she's tangled her little midget into this, and it's gone from like one step to another, and we always talk about developing angles and developing a story arc, and Catfish, like I said, I mean, I've said it before on other shows, the way you develop angles, the way you develop stories is amazing. It's beautiful. It's an honor to be a part of some of these angles. Like I said, once I knew you were coming, I knew I had to share this league with you because of the fun we can have with our angles. And this is one of those examples because Pipsqueak and Ellie Mae start their shenanigans with picking on Catfish John. And then the Reds come right back storming. And last cycle just demonstrated that, poor Pipsqueak ended up getting flushed down the toilet. And 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 deservingly so. I mean, you're going to be a little brat, and Big Mama, Violent, and Tessa, they don't mess around here. I think we mentioned before how how even though Violent is a champion right now, Tessa is the one that has been on the front page and has made herself the red of the Reds right now.
Her and Big Mama has been on the front page and has really picked it up.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, that just solidifies their authority, and I felt bad for Pipsqueak because when I was reading that, I'm like, my goodness, you picked on the Reds, and hey, you got it coming. And
oh yeah, now, I mean, the Reds, they just love to should say get in the middle of anything.
Oh yeah, I mean they had a pay-per-view match, and I said not to take anything away from the pay-per-view match, but Violent herself, defended the championship, and everybody knows that nasty gas lock of hers is, feared throughout the locker rooms. But they had their eyes over on.
She made a mark for herself with that one.
She definitely did. I think that's one of those moves that just, it's a crowd. The crowd just goes ballistic. Anytime they see her,
and they say, "Get your gas mask ready."
Get your yeah, for sure.
It's kind of like a you thing too, because you got a lot of these old moves and everything, but she got something fresh in you.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you talk you talk about a move that just makes a character. And Violent Victoria, that move right there just, it just brings that character to life. And, you have DOD focused, and you have, they're tangling over here with this little, menace, Pipsqueak. And out of the dugout comes another threat. And
Frog Bob.
Yeah, we saw it the first cycle he came in and went right for you.
Oh yeah, he went right for the pig.
And you know what, Catfish? I mean, I know some of the silliness and some of the I get it. It's a little over the top, but I'm liking it so far. I mean,
I love it. I mean, we need to find out who is the manager of this guy, and get him going on this so we can actually take this step farther if he wants to take it
go to the next level with the feud.
Yeah, I mean, now I think we discussed this. Did we discuss this on the last show? Because you and him got a semi.
No, we weren't able to.
Oh, that's right. We had technical difficulties, but we had you guys have like a semi feud, but you said you're up on a personal feud with him, 2-1, Rob.
Yeah. I beat him the last cycle and then this past cycle, so it puts it at 2-1.
Nice, awesome. Yeah, so I mean, and then you add some trash talk to it. I know. I know the first cycle with is that when he introduced his
10K,
his pet gator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then, I think that was it.
Right? And then you guys have a swamp match, and he throws the gator in it, right? He
gets the gator right in there on it. Puts the gator on top of Catfish John, which allowed him to slip in and get the pin.
Oh, what a! So now we got the next match, which is the one that's in this trash talk, right?
Yeah, this is the third one.
And in this one, from what I read, is he's like crying over it, blaming the Catfish Gang for his loss.
Yeah, he's still pissed off.
Catfish Gang had nothing to do with it.
Well,
John can take care of himself.
Well, like I said, I'm just banking off of what's in the trash talk, because he doesn't look too happy, and then
he's just making excuses.
And then he and then speaking of excuses,
right there is for Catfish John won the what was it, TV 6-man or 6-man tag
with the other two.
Yeah, I mean the Catfishes themselves are champions around here, so they're messing with the wrong gang, by the way. With the wrong gang. Right. Now, I got to get your take on this, Rob, because the DOD is in IWA. It's a stable that expands throughout the IWA. And now we got these,
10K.
These in-league stables, and I'm not even going with 10K. I'm still keeping them in the shadow where they are right now. I'm bringing to light someone like Salvation.
Oh, yeah, they're all in one league, yeah.
Right, but someone like Salvation, who, from what I read this last trash talk or this last report, it looks like Salvation is they've grown, right? They added a bunch of new members.
Yep.
And then from what I saw, it looks like they split, and now there's the Bullet Club.
Actually, Shane never joined us.
It was just deception.
Yeah.
Yeah, that commissioner. I'm telling you, So now we got DOD, we got Salvation, who has some more numbers. We got the Bullet Club, who, and and on top of all this, we still got newcomers like Tim mentioned, like 10K, like
Like All Against Authority.
Like Hexes, like All Against Authority.
Yeah. There's a shitload.
And then you still got
and we still got UFO.
I was gonna say the other one, the one that War Goddess is a part of, IOD.
Oh yeah. Instruments of Destruction.
Yeah, so I mean it's loaded up here. So what are your thoughts on all these factions? I mean,
I love the war. I live.
That Catfish John's fault. She's on this, or Catfish Rob, whichever one you want to put it. Because we are brothers. The more stables we get in this league, the better off we are, because we're going to get more crash talk, we're going to get more feuds, and it's just going to make it increase and get better and better.
I definitely think so. Like I said, I mean, I'm enjoying, like I told you guys earlier, I mean, just the mix. I mean, you have, talent, that's, here to support Shane. You have, managers that are here, not to call anybody out, but, there are some managers that are, they're here to support Shane, even if they're not trash talking. They're making the competition relevant here, because, one of the criticism is like, there's nobody there. It's like, well, Robbie Blood just won the world championship out of here, and they sent his title. Did you guys see that, by the way? I hate to go off.
They sent it to.
They sent it to Mitch Johnson, by the way.
Yeah.
But
saying still.
Right?
Still for virus.
Yeah, that was awesome. So, but that just brings that,
The more we get in here, the harder it is to get on the title page, but that makes it better in the long run.
And this is what I need to say about the whole thing. Whoever wants to join, don't think I'm an asshole because I mention a lot of things about my kids in my report. No, I don't mean to do that. I don't realize I'm doing that.
And not only that, Tim, I mean, we've said it in the past, brother. I mean, I think I'm guilty for putting it into Shane's, I told him from the start, it's like, Shane, this is your league. Go ahead and Montreal screw job everybody. Go ahead and, run things the way you want to run it. That's why I'm excited to hear of all the new changes, because you guys deciding to run a tri commissioner, all equal, commissioner duties, and just that adds to the diversity. It adds to the fun, that everybody can have here. I enjoy the fact that Catfish Rob and Rob Harper run the women's division. It gives that its own, taste and its own feel. Everything works side by side, and at the same time, it just, like, it's the IWA. It comes so freaking fast. Every cycle just comes faster and faster, especially when you're putting up a big report. So it's very nice to have the diversity.